Hey everybody, it's been actually about 11 months since, oh, no watch, but whatever. About 11 months since I made a video, and I thought it was about time. It's been a crazy year, to say the least, since my last video. So let's just get into what's been going on. So we're still doing the online reselling everything, and it's just kind of a little side hustle, as people call it. But basically, to kind of recap the year, I had been applying for jobs, doing Instacart and reselling as our main income. And reselling is actually pretty hard if you don't get the right products or whatever. And everything that we had pretty much got was a bunch of clothes and other knickknacks and things like that. But ultimately, we've actually paid for everything, or sold enough to pay for everything that we purchased that we still have in stock, because of the fact that I had so much stuff to begin with that was already mine, that I had either been given or just accumulated over the years, especially doing IT stuff. But so anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. It's probably going to be in parts because a lot has happened since last year. I think October was my last video, which was actually when we started to stop going out doing the reselling and acquiring products and items and stuff like that, because we were just running out of money, and needed to move some of the inventory that we did have. But thankfully we had a bunch of people, friends and stuff, that wanted to get rid of things, gave us items that we've been slowly listing over this last 11 months. I've only sourced a couple of times, a couple of auctions, mostly like coffee pots and things like that, but picked up items that I wanted, not necessarily to resell. I just picked up a few extras to go ahead and resell. But like, we have boxes still full of like Legos and Barbie clothes and clothes that we're doing, and I just actually accumulated from work some really old audio visual equipment that we just listed. Actually, let me take you down and I can turn you around and show you some of this cool stuff here. Like this Yamaha receiver is actually really nice. That came from the owner of the company that I work for. He upgraded his system at home and just brought it down and wanted to get rid of it. And then Sony Blu-ray player, and along over there where you can see with our newly delivered toilet paper, there's an Onkyo system that has a DVD player in it, on the floor there. So that was one of a couple of the items that we got. A couple of remote controls that don't go with anything, and my wife's definitely looking at me like I'm not walking past there anymore because you're video recording, for the first time in forever. But anyway, don't start singing freaking Frozen songs. Thank you very much. Anyway, so let's see, what else can I talk about? So October, like I said, we were starting to run out of money. I was doing Instacart grocery delivery, things like that. And actually, November, I had an interview on the phone for this company, and then a couple weeks later they called me in and hired me on the spot to do what I got my master's degree in, which is basically, I'm an IT support specialist is my title, but It's more like a IT support specialist slash system admin slash network engineer. So I get to do pretty much everything that I want to be doing, which was a really good thing. But also part of the reason that I haven't done videos is because in October my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and then in January he passed away. And so it's been a very difficult time. Starting to run out of money wasn't exactly the funnest part either, but getting the job was very fun and interesting. Give me a second, I need a drink. This is actually really cool. 0 sugar, cherry vanilla Coca-Cola. Super yummy. I love it. So we're gonna go outside and we're gonna look at my disgusting garage that still houses over 1,900 items that we have listed on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Look at that stuff. We have a garage full still of things. We have made this a little bit better for us. Oh, there's the drawer for my new washer that I had to get in January because mine froze up. That was another great thing in January. But we have all of our boxes and materials and bins full of clothes and games and DVDs. Oh, and this is one of the things I bought on auction here. This cool little fridge freezer in my last auction that I got. I only paid 50 bucks for it. It retails for 200. It is the coolest thing ever. So we have it filled with lunch stuff and breakfast stuff for summer for the kids, and drinks. This is just our drink fridge. Like I said, coolest thing ever. But that kind of recaps the end and beginning of the year, which was extremely devastating to me. My dad and I were very, very close. Despite them living in Florida, this was actually their house that we live in, and we took it over when they decided to move to Florida, and only actually got to see them once. They came and visited us 4 or 5 years ago after they moved, and then again, you know, he got sick, and it was excessively quick that they couldn't catch it in time. And so I actually flew to Florida at the end of January to do the memorial because my dad decided he wanted to be cremated and his ashes spread. And so went there to actually help my mom get the business things out of the way. Actually, both of my sisters were there and my niece, and so it was a kind of bittersweet thing because I hadn't seen most of my family in quite a while, in years and years actually, and I hadn't been to Florida since I was 18 years old. That's where I was born and lived for the first 6 years of my life. And so it was, like I said, it was pretty bittersweet to be there. Try not to be emotional in the video because just, I don't know. I don't want to do that. So, anyway, so that recaps kind of the ending, like I said, of my year, and I'm not going to go over in this video what we've sold, things like that. We've sold quite a few little things here and there. We've had almost $1,000 months for doing this only on the side, and right now we're at an $80 month. The summer so far has been terrible for eBay. Actually, for all of the sites, because we are on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. We don't do hardly anything on Facebook Marketplace. I keep talking about getting rid of it because I don't have the time to do local sales because of my job. And actually, my job is 30 to 42 minutes away from my house, one way. So I get to work at 8 a.m. and I leave at 4:30, but I don't get home until after between 5 and 5:15 every day. So I just don't have the time for doing a local sale, so I have everything set to shipping only, and local people don't seem to like that, even though Facebook won't allow me to change. I've tried a few times to change not showing a location so that people don't know I'm local, but haven't been able to figure that out yet, even though I'm an IT guy, which irritates me. So anyway, and just to let everybody know, I didn't make videos also from October to January before my dad passed away, because I actually kind of got in a little bit of a dark place because we were running out of money, and that old adage that the man is supposed to provide for their family and things like that, and it gets in your head kind of, but everything kind of happened with the job at a perfect time, and actually it's a great company. When my dad passed, they're like, no, you go do what you have to do. We will go through and we'll let you take from your sick bank, even though you don't get it yet. It's not past your 90-day probationary period. They said, go do what you need to do. They did not care, so I actually was able to get 2 weeks off paid, bereavement, and sick time, and then they let me take, I think it was 16 hours of my vacation time also that I hadn't even accrued yet. Just an amazing company. They really care about their employees, and I still really hate that I haven't messed with the settings, but the screen goes off so I can't see myself. But again, we've accumulated a few things. I've bought a few things. Right behind you actually is one of the things that I bought, if you can see it, that Xbox One. It had a bad hard drive, and the guy sold it to me for $50 with the box and a controller and the game. Had the power cord and everything, and I just, of course, me being an IT guy, I obviously had hard drives sitting around. I have about 50 of them sitting back there in the back of the garage here. So I just replaced the hard drive, put the software on it, and away it went. It works perfectly. It's a limited edition Quantum Break with the game in it, and so it's been sitting here for a few months, but I'm sure it'll sell at some point. But it was definitely worth the money for it. So, like I said, I bought a few video games, and I will try and make videos more often again, because I really want to get back into, talking to you guys actually, and seeing comments, and getting into this. It's one of those things that I actually really enjoyed last year that I was doing, and even despite not getting a lot of followers, I don't really care about that too much. I don't necessarily want to do this as a full-time job or anything like some people do, but it's actually kind of a fun thing. And one of the cool things over the last 11 months is I bought this shirt. I don't know if you can see it very well, you're pretty close, but I bought this shirt. And total, actually in 2017, I had started looking into gastric bypass surgery because I didn't like the weight I had become. At my heaviest, I was 315 pounds. Which was crazy bad. And but whatever happened, actually I was supposed to get an endoscopy to start finishing up the process, and at that time I didn't have the money to pay the co-payment for the test, which was, I think it was like $250 or $300 to get the test, and that was my copay. I can only imagine what they actually charge for those tests. That's crazy. And so I didn't do it, and since then I've just changed a little bit in my diet. I did find out in 2019, I think I told you guys that I have a small heart condition and I'm diabetic, and started taking the medication, changed my diet just a tad, and as of today I weigh 233 pounds. This morning is when I weighed, which makes an 82-pound loss for me. Which is unbelievably cool. I'm actually only 18 pounds heavier than I was when I graduated high school. Which is still overweight, and now that I'm mid-40s, the proportions are a little different than they used to be, but at some point I plan on starting to go back to the gym, getting more energy, and changing that as well and losing more weight. But that's another cool thing that's actually happened especially over the last year. I mean, even since my last video, I think I've lost about 17 pounds or 18 pounds, something to that effect, since my last video. And when I was wearing this, and it wasn't quite so ginormous. But I really like this shirt because it's got that cool... Actually, I made a video showing off this shirt that I bought from Shein. I just thought that the little rabbit-like thing on the chest there was super cool. But I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna try and at least do one video a week minimum, so that I can keep you guys updated. I will do, if I source anything or if I sell anything. Today I just took an Xbox 360 game called Pure. It was $8. And what was the other thing? Oh, they were called Bimini clips. If you look back in my videos, I got them from Daily Deals or Brothers Deals, something like that, for 50 cents, $1, something like that. It's for summer, for clipping your towels, I believe, to like the side of the pool or on the ladder, something like that. I don't really remember what they are, but $12. Again, it has been really slow the last 2 months, and I can only chalk that up to summer and everybody being away, spending money on vacations, 4th of July, stuff like that. We also did have a visit from my mom. That was pretty cool. My son is 18. He just graduated from high school. So my mom actually came and visited us and was here for his graduation and everything. So we did kind of get a little behind in listing. We weren't listing every day, so that could also make a difference as well. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys check it out, and you know, you're with me, and look forward to other videos. As always, like and subscribe, and I really appreciate you for watching. All right, Smitty out.